I know most people today is Christmas, right? Everybody celebrating the holidays, getting presents, hanging out with their family, probably even going on, you know, uh damn, I can't think straight, man. I don't know why. This feels so slow. I don't know why. This feels so sluggish. Yeah, vacations. But see, see, um, see, the reason why we decide not to celebrate Christmas is because we realize something, man, that I feel like most people are not gonna see because they don't really they're not really trying to move up in life, man. They want to have fun. It's not bad to have fun. I feel like everybody wants to have fun. I want to have fun, but I want to do crazy cool stuff. You know, I just want to live my life. But see, the problem is that I feel like most people they don't have the means to really be celebrating holidays like that. To really be, what I mean by that is there's a lot of broke people who really don't got that much money, who are not really that up in life, spending all their money that they just saved up on a holiday that's just gonna pass again and pass again and pass again. Don't forget holidays. Don't forget just Christmas. There's also Valentine's Day, Easter. It's still other holidays. And then before that, it's Halloween and it's Thanksgiving. So think about it. That's how many holidays is that? We got we got first of all, we got October, we got Halloween, and then November, Thanksgiving, and then now we got Christmas. That's three. Okay, that's three. And then we got what else? What else? What else? What else? I don't know why I can't think straight. Then we got Valentine's Day, and then we got Easter. That's five holidays if we're not counting St. Patrick's Day, because most people are not gonna celebrate that. Only really Irish people gonna celebrate that. So those are the main holidays we got, right? Five holidays. Every holiday. Imagine being broke and then you gotta, provide for your family. You gotta pay bills. Imagine all that, but you have all these holidays. There's literally families that's living on food stamps. They already got money. They're in Section 8. But when the holiday comes, they go broke. They don't have the money for it. They don't. And then guess what? Now it's like a couple years down the line, they realize how stuck they are because they're spending all their money on holidays and pleasures, their birthdays, going broke. So we finally realized that all of this is a waste of time. If you really want to move up in life, you got to make sacrifices. And sometimes a sacrifice, sometimes things that you got to sacrifice is you got to sacrifice Christmas. Sometimes those got to be sacrifices you're willing to take if you want to move up. Because every time you spend money like that, you get set back a couple months and months and months, even years. You get set back. Really, I think the only people who really should be spending all their money on these holidays like that is the people who really got the money like that, who's secure, who they know they're gonna be straight. People who are in a position where they could do it, because most of us, we're not in a position. We have no business spending all our money on these holidays. We're broke. Forget those shoes, man. Forget those new Jordans that just came out, man. Sometimes you gotta like save your money, but most of us, we don't even know what that's like to save money. See me, man. I'm struggling with saving money too, cause my situation, man. I couldn't get a job because I couldn't get my ID. But nah, I could get my ID. I was being stupid. See, don't do what I did. I did the most stupid thing ever. I had an opportunity to make money. because I had school, right? I save. I was selling snacks, right? And there's so many times I came across the money to to go ahead and buy my ID so I can finally start working. Guess what I did? I splurged that money. I bought snacks. I bought video games. I bought, you know, V-Bucks, Fortnite. I spent all my money on some bullshit, man. All that money come and went. So look at these holidays, man. Christmas, for families, the parents, they buy their kids a bunch of presents. They don't want to take that away from their kids, so they want to buy their kids some presents. But a lot of these families, especially now at a time like this, man, we just came. We have a recession right now. The standards for living is really high. Inflation is so much higher that some people literally struggle to have groceries, keep groceries in their house. And sometimes that happened to me, man. It happened to the best of us. And we got people like that buying presents, for Christmas. They got no money. What are you doing buying a bunch of presents and doing all that when you have barely any money in your like that? Why not just, this is so unconventional. Nobody's ever done this. Nobody ever does this. Nobody ever thinks of doing this. But why not skip a Christmas, save that money, and then, when you get into a position to where you are stable and you're not worried about money, because we're at a time where us people who are not super rich like that, everyone who's not super rich is struggling. So the majority of you guys watching these videos, I'm not gonna say you're struggling, but not exactly, not exactly I could do whatever I want type of money. There's still limitations. See, I don't even think these holidays are for us anymore. They're not even for us anymore. Imagine doing this every year, and think about it this way. Think about it this way. Every single year, inflation is going higher. The recession, you notice every couple of months, you see the prices of everything going up. You see the prices of snacks going up. You see the prices of normal food going up, grocery stuff. Everything you see is going up after a while. And why is that? Why is that? I actually don't know. I don't know what's going on with that. If you're educated, you know why this is happening. Please tell me why, because these prices won't stop going up. I used to be a guy who was snacking on food all the time, buying chocolate bars, Oreos, all that trash. And then now I can't even do it no more. Maybe that's a good thing, a blessing in disguise, because I'm not as unhealthy. But now look, I can't freely just buy anything without having to think about my money, because everything keeps constantly going up and going up and going up. Let me put this into an example. Like 2, 3 years ago, a chocolate bar, the big chocolate bar, was only like $2.90 something. Now in 2025, the big chocolate bar is almost it's almost $5, like $4.50, and a small chocolate bar is now $3.90, just like the big bar. Just like the big bar. The small bar, the small version of the chocolate bar, the extra large one, no, is just a regular one. The regular large one is the same price as the extra large one. Now, look how crazy that was. Look how crazy that is. I'm just kind of scared for the future, man. I'm scared for the future. I just feel like fast forward 2050, coffee, just getting a cup of coffee gonna be like $50. Watch. I know that sounds freaking insane right now. That sounds disgusting, but by the rates of inflation right now, man, I wouldn't be surprised, man. Because look, we're only in 2025. 25 years from now, you're telling me 25 years from now, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. Because remember, we're only how many years removed from COVID? We're only like really 3, 4 years removed from COVID. And that's when the inflation started. And look how many times the prices has racked up on each other. It's got to be everything pre-COVID versus post-COVID has more than doubled. And plus, most jobs, most jobs are like to even really. I noticed to even support a family nowadays, you're gonna at least be having to make like damn near 6 figures because man, you're at least gonna have to make 100K, at least 100K. Any lower than 100K, at least a family is gonna be struggling. Like at this point, I don't even think it's worth it even having a minimum wage job. You're gonna have to do something more. You're gonna have to get like a side hustle or something. Just just look at the way the world is going now. It's crazy. And this is my generation, man. Man, I know. Whew, imagine 2 generations from now. Imagine, you see, we have Gen Alpha. Imagine Gen Beta. Imagine how different that's gonna be compared to how things are going right now. It's a crazy thought. It's a crazy thought. But yeah, man, that's all I had to say for that. I don't know. I just getting starting to stress out a little bit. I had to talk about it. I had to talk about it. I had to. I'll see y'all.